This is my first time doing this, actually live. Let's hear that. They were scratching on the back. Imagine being Michael Jackson. That time when his limousine got attacked. Remember? It was pretty scary, I imagine. I don't know if you guys remember, but there's jumping up and down on it. He got out of there, but. So, as some of you know, and I appreciate it, and it's already coming in as I'm getting early happy birthday things, and I appreciate it. I've always loved my birthday. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Sometimes I kind of act like, I don't know, I'm hard on people or hard on myself, but I love everything, even the people that don't like me. I really do. It's trippy. So, the monkey bought a car today. This monkey right here, this guy. Hey, he's the engineer from the record plant in 1968, New York City. Got a tape deck in Toddy, actually. That was 1968, reel-to-reel Concorde 555. They're pretty cool. They're a little bit difficult to use, kinda. They have a very unique sound to its own. Neil Young used one to record an album with. I'm not sure what album that is. It was my first reel-to-reel. I actually got 3 reel-to-reels at the same time, and I got rid of the other 2. I was number 3 as a soccer player when I was growing up in Sebastopol. Rotate device. Why does it want me to rotate device? I hate this. Anyways, I don't know if you guys got that or not. I said rotate device, so I'm going to go back to the beginning. I really don't care. I'm insane. What do you guys think? So, this is the monkey. I'm going to say hi for me because I'm driving. You're really not supposed to be doing stuff while you're driving. So, actually, he's filming. Hey, I'm the filmer. And that's my buddy. He's an engineer, recording engineer. I don't know if you guys know the song The Monkey and the Engineer. And I got a monkey on my back. And then, you're so respectable doing heroin with the president. I'm a monkey. All my friends are junkies, but that's not really true. So, this monkey here, my buddy, he's able to travel through time. And he's worked at the recording studio in New York City in 1968 when these 2 gentlemen opened the recording studio up. And they wanted to change the environment of the recording industry, which, I know I appreciate it. Now it's funny. You can do the stuff at home. You can do it in the park. You can do it on your phone. But the stuff on the phone, it's okay. I do it, but, back then it was a lot harder. If you look at old pictures of Johnny Cash and the Beatles and, all these old artists and Bob Dylan, and it goes on and on and on. You see them in these what look like warehouses. What they were, they were big sound stages, and they'd be cold because the equipment needed to stay cool, and it would overheat. And they'd be sitting on a chair, and I'm sorry, I'm driving. I was tripping out. I had a green light, and people were going through a red light in front of me. These 2 guys wanted to make it more like a house, like a living room or something, or like that, and they were quite successful actually in New York City. John Lennon began working there a lot. All kinds of people. And then in 1970, I think they came to LA, Southern California. And the monkey got a car today, which I'll show you some pictures of it. That's his car that he bought in 1968. He's heading west right now. And my little story. The story's called Unleashed Old Number 3. There we go, 3. I used to be number 3 when I played soccer in Sebastopol growing up. I loved it. I got a tape deck in 1968, Concorde, reel-to-reel, and I may be repeating myself, but I don't know if I was caught on the first time. I really don't care, but the tape deck is a 1968 Concorde 555. At the time, I knew what the record plant was, but I wasn't so into it. I'd gone there a long time ago, and this guy named Arnie Frager wanted to charge me $50,000 to record a demo, Now here I am, a young teenager, Yeah, I got $50,000, Arnie. So we'll get back to that later. Arnie's all right. Arnie Frager's his name. If you guys want to go work with him. I'll leave my opinions and ideas up to you. So, I got 3 tape decks that day. It was in Cotati, California. I gave the other 2 away. I still have the Concord 555 1968 tape deck. Then I found Mr. Monkey here. I found Mr. Monkey here in San Rafael. While I was living in Mill Valley, I think, I have 2 friends of mine, David and Lisa. I call them Australian Dave. He's a winner, David Gardy. He let me live in his house for over a year for free. Because one day I was in downtown Mill Valley with my guitar and I asked him for $1. And he goes, no, I don't got $1, but you want to go to the Sweetwater and have a beer? And I don't drink too much anymore. A lot of you remember me as, oh my God, was I a good drunk or what? I tie one on for most of my life. And we had lunch, we had some beers and food, and next thing you know, I'm up on the stage at the Sweetwater playing music, you know, and it was awesome. And Dave was so blown away, he's all, why don't you come back to the house? You know, so we go back to his house, and it turns out it's a house that I used to live in. No, I didn't exactly live in it. That's stretching the story. I don't want to stretch the story here. Things that I'm saying are not exaggerated really right now. I know they seem insane because I am insane. Like I'll drive with I'm looking at you guys. Oh my God, I'm gonna crash. No, I'm not. Wow, look at that. Actually, there was a girl I don't know how I got in all these places. Like it's hard for me to even conceive. I grew up in Sebastopol. I lived in Sebastopol. I spent a lot of time in Marin though, all through my life as a kid, young kid, teenager. So I think I met this girl maybe at the 2 a.m. club. No, I don't know where I met her, but she took me to the house up on Highland. I can't remember the address. I don't know. It's in one of my videos, actually. If you look through it, you can see the house. I walk away from it. And it was cool. Well, long story short, I was tripping this. I like, Dave, I've been in this house before, and when I went downstairs in the basement, which he said I could live, which I didn't go right away, that night he said you could live here, and I needed a place to live, but you know what was trippy? I didn't want to get involved, and I was afraid of kindness, as a lot of you might be, and it's good reason, because there's ulterior motives with some people, not everybody. So finally I decided to go there and knock on the door, and the day that I knocked on the door, Dave wasn't there. He was working, and he works not that often. He works all the time. But he only has to be in the city one day a month, you know, so it's like, you know, and Lisa answers the door, and I didn't know Lisa. I straight up told Lisa, I go, hey, Lisa, I'm your roommate. And she laughed, you know, it was all good, and you know, we joked, and then I left. I think I came back like 3 or 4 days later or something, and, you know, Dave showed me the downstairs, and the basement was exactly the same, all the stuff, the drive shaft from this truck, and it's like, wow, this is really weird. So I start riding my bike to Sausalito, and I fall in love with the record plant again, Sausalito. The record plant is the 3rd recording studio that these guys built. And the one in New York City was supposed to be a living room or whatever, something to be more comfortable. I think the mindset when they built the one in Sausalito was supposed to be a bedroom. Yeah, I think that's maybe what it was supposed to be. It was pretty weird. It had it was awesome. You can go online too, by the way, and there's a Wikipedia page and stuff that talks about the record plant and all that. And the one in Sausalito is pretty amazing. The recording studio in New York City is no longer defunct, closed down, out of business, gone. The one in LA is functioning up and running. As a matter of fact, you guys can call them right now, and it's pretty expensive, but you can go down there and you can work with those folks, and they're a great bunch of folks. I love them a lot. I actually am communicating with them in my endeavors. And that recording studio in LA actually burned down. So the original building is nothing like it was probably when they first built it. You know, you can just imagine LA was a lot different in 1970 as it is now. I hate to admit, but I think LA is getting nicer again. I heard rumors the smog is going away. That'd be cool. I don't particularly like LA. The 3rd one up here was built, I think, opened in 1972, and they had a Halloween party right before Halloween, and at the Halloween party, John Lennon and Yoko Ono walked in dressed as trees. So, I think that's pretty cool. Were they dressed as me, or were they dressed as a redwood tree, or were they dressed as you, or no, you're not a tree. Oh, you might be a tree. See, I'm making a presumption. We all presume things. So we got 3 there, right? And then I was born January 1st, 1970, which I'm a king of spades. There we go. I'm a king. I am a king. I wasn't always a king, just like I wasn't always a singer. For those who want to become a singer, or for those who sing, here's some advice. Don't try to sound like anybody else. Don't try to sound like the music that you know. Sing with your own phrasing, sing with your own timing, and it'll work out. You don't have to have a great voice to be a singer. Listen to me, I'm horrible, but I can do it. I gave myself my voice a while ago. I used to be, wow, look at that Datsun. Oh my God, holy shit. That thing's badass. I'm gonna catch that. No, I can't. Look at that guy, it's in my way. I'm such a freak. I am making a movie, and I've been working on this one the longest. I think it's called Unleash Old Number 3. And you're not allowed to call the record plant in Sausalito, even if you're in it now, which there are some people there. There's a yoga studio there called Harmonious, which is, I don't know. It's weird, for me at least. I think I might go there when I get back from Alaska. I'm leaving to Alaska in a couple of days. I'm going to go down and try and hang out with Les Claypool if he'll let me in. You know, he's pretty busy. He doesn't have time for me to ask him, but maybe somebody out there, if anybody's got an extra Les Claypool ticket or a backstage pass, maybe send me it to me. Well, then I won't show up. Here's another story about me and my recording endeavors, because I don't know if everybody knows this story. And a lot of times when I was younger, they'd think it was bullshit. And I can understand that. Now that I have a few gray hairs, they still think it's bullshit because my eyes are brown. No, a lot of people believe in me. Marin County's been really awesome. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that work in the industry. So, I met Bob Weir when I was 15 years old at the River Theater at a concert with a band called Kingfish, and Steve Kimmock was playing guitar. I was already before that volunteering for Bill Graham as what's called a Blue Coat, which was his security team, and helping with that. So I was already kind of into the Uncle Bobo, Bill Graham rock and roll scene, which is like, fuck, legendary. And then I just happened to meet Bobby. It was like a small show in a small town, which was my town. And Rusty Bob was there with me. We call Robert Johnson Bob Rust, who you might be seeing some of this new footage coming out from Red Hawk or whatever his band's called. Chris, my friend, moved to LA and got a really good job and was going to marry a stripper, or not a stripper, a porn star and an INS guard called Samantha, and also Sunshine Blue. She was on hard copy with her INS dog. It was trippy watching the hard copy thing because she had her uniform on and the pit bull, and you know, she's got the girls in handcuffs, and you know, because she'd only deal with the female immigrants back to Mexico. So then in 1989, I broke up with my girlfriend, Victoria Henning, who, I gotta say this. So after the Bob Weir show, we're outside, and for whatever reason, I ran back inside the venue, and I wanted to say hi to the guy, right? He felt it too. He'll admit it. Talk to him. If he remembers. Remember? Do you remember? Were you there? You might be. So, the security guard, I got upshift. The security guy was walking from the backstage, and he saw me walking up there. He goes, "Where are you going?" I was going to go back and say hi to Bobby. He goes, "Oh, you can't go back there." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, whatever." So I turned around, started walking back towards the front of the venue. Well, he's dead now, and God rest his soul. I love Steve Block. He was walking faster than me, and me being the Jedi Native American shaman that I might not be, slowed down and turned around and went and saw Bobby. Bobby was sitting there with his little blonde girlfriend. She looked like she was about 16 years old, so gorgeous, and handed me a joint. And we started talking. I said, "Hey, Bobby, I see you're playing at Wolfgang's tomorrow. Do you can you get me in the? Can you give me a ticket? I'm poor." And when I got there the next night, he gave me 4 backstage passes. I'm gonna kind of speed up a little bit. And then the next day, when I got back to Cotati, I'm living with my girlfriend, and I'm sitting on the porch drinking coffee on East Cotati Avenue, and I look out across the way, and there's Steve Kimmock sitting on a fucking Cadillac playing a fucking guitar. No joke, man. It was bizarre. He was my goddamn neighbor. I love you, Steve Kimmock. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. I am a king. And here's my New Year's thing. And it's not a vow or nothing like that. I'm gonna do the best I can. On New Year's, I'm taking that day off. January 2nd, I vow to be the baddest fucking guitar player I can be, and also the most humble guitar player I can be, and furthermore, the most hard working. I don't feel like I'm late or missed anything. I have tons of material. And then here's what Jerry Garcia told me on St. Patrick's Day 1986 after I met him. The music business is 99% luck. And then having the ability to get the job done if you're that lucky. Well, I've been that lucky 8 times. My first record deal offered from Warner Brothers in Manhattan, 1989. I had a Madonna story, I turned him down. So I've been that lucky 8 times. I haven't been able to get the job done. Hopefully I can do it. God bless. Joshua Tree.